Hello everyone. Hello, hello, happy Sunday. Happy fun day. Where am I? Where am I? Nope, nope, nope. Oh, come on. There I am. There I am. Like and share. Okay. See who's going to be popping on. Oh, I was going to check one more thing. Keep forgetting. I did find some other interesting astrology. I keep going back to the website that I used to follow, though, just to see. Maybe they just took a couple months off, but not seeing it. Not seeing it. But I did find a couple of things that may be interesting, as well as just what are people feeling. You know, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it affects everybody a little bit different, you know, because we are all unique. So it affects, and also the more, hi Miss Denise, yes you may. I was just talking about, I just found another couple websites that give like astrology kind of stuff. And it's just always interesting because we're so unique, each one of us. Hi, Miss Julianne. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. And it's the astrology is so unique to each of us. However, it also depends on how it's affecting us, how clear our energy is, and if we're working on our vibration and blah, 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 all that good stuff. Yes. Lots of things happening this week energetically. You got that. Miss Yvonne, yes, you may. Oh my gosh, Ivana, how are you? Yes, it has been a very long time. Are you still down in Florida? Curious minds. Oh, yeah, so I do have the cards. I will get to those in a second, but I think this is something, Julianne, you were asking about the other day. Weren't you asking about Saturn and Neptune? And I just saw something on, this is a Facebook page, I just saw, it's called The Secrets of the Universe. And it's saying the last time Saturn met Neptune, the Berlin Wall was still standing. On February 16th, so tomorrow, Saturn and Neptune reach conjunction for the third and final time in their rare triple conjunction series, closing a chapter that began in June of 2025. So what that tells me, just even reading that little bit, is that it's like monumental things are going on for people. It says the two planets sit less than 1 degree apart in Pisces, low in the west-southwest after sunset. So it's like over the following days, the pair draws even closer, reaching just 0.49 degrees, I guess, apart on February 20th, the tightest visual pairing of the entire series. This is your last chance to see Saturn and Neptune this close together until 2132. So I think that's what you were asking for. Get that sage burning, baby. Oh, good. At least it's warmer down there. Well, I think it's been cooler the last few days, but for the most part, it's warmer down there. Yeah, I think that there's definitely, even now, Diego, what did he say? he had a couple posts today, but because we're getting really close to the eclipse and the horse, the fire horse that's coming in, he's saying as we move toward Tuesday's solar eclipse in Aquarius, we enter a meaningful threshold where several important cycles converge. The opening of the first eclipse, the ignition of the fire horse, and the sun's transition into Pisces. Weeks like this often feel significant, not because of drama, but because of quiet alignment, as if something larger than our immediate plans is gently reorganizing the timing of our lives. You may already sense subtle shifts taking place beneath the surface, not disruption, but preparation. That is interesting. And that definitely, get the sage burning, because I'll tell you, there might be stuff going on that you just don't even realize. And I think that, going back to what I've said before, having your practice in place, whatever your practice is, really makes a difference. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull or reveal. I already have the cards. I did pull the cards. I'm getting used to this new routine here. So I pulled the cards just before. The Desert Speaks card did take a long time to come up. The angels came out pretty normal. So this is for the week of February 16 through 22, the week of. So set the intention, hold the intention that these are the perfect cards for everyone, no matter when you are watching, and that they speak to you. All right, let's see what we got. Desert Speaks card is, you can do this. You know, that's really interesting, because you got, with the subtleties, with the things that are shifting and changing, sometimes it's like, I almost feel like some people are, should I start? Am I comfortable starting? Is it okay to start? You know, all of these things. And for those of you that are wondering, why am I holding the card up sideways, is because it's a mirror image and people they see different things. But so you can do this, is speaking to, yes, the energies may be shifting a lot. Yes, there may be subtleties. For some of us, it might be a little bit louder for others. But know that the universe, I love this saying, the universe conspires for us, not against us. And I feel like, you know, I know it's the last couple days of the snake, but what I'm seeing is, it's almost like the universe is helping chisel off, and that's what I'm seeing, is like a chisel, you know, where you got the tool, and you're tapping away at it. It chiseling away at the old stuff that we no longer need to carry. And I feel like, because some of the last stuff that we're hanging on to so tight, I think that's why it feels like it's chiseling. Now, it may feel like, oh my gosh, that's, you know, we might all of a sudden get tired, or we might get grumpy, or all of these things. You might even feel like sick to your stomach. Take all of these things in stride. Take care of yourself, nurture yourself, because you can do this. Okay, and that's the card that took a long, long time. Okay, first angel card we have is Whispering Encouragement. Of course, look at how perfect. You can do this. Isn't that encouragement? So the universe is absolutely helping us along our way. Our loved ones on the other side, our angels, you know, and even the friends that, maybe you have friends that are close by, maybe you have friends that are at a distance, maybe you have friends that you just don't talk to on a regular basis, but I feel like they're also supporting you. And maybe you just don't realize it. Second angel card we have is Embrace the New. Oh, wow. These absolutely go all together. It truly is. We're peeling away old stuff, and so what's under it? What's going to be next? You know, and I've been hearing so much about, sometimes it's just the fear of the unknown. Instead of looking at it from that perspective, maybe look at it with excitement about, wow, something new and exciting is happening, no matter what it is. Third angel card we have is appreciate where you are. Wow, these go so well together. All three of these go so well together. Right along with, you got this. You can do this. There's, again, support, and you have to support yourself. That's all part of it, you know, because it doesn't matter what I'm saying, it doesn't matter what friends are saying to you if you are not supporting yourself. So I'll tell you, we got a lot of support this week from the unseen. So let's give it to ourselves too. Wowza, I like it. I like it. What do you guys think? I got to write this down. You can do this. You can do this. Plus, I love this card. This was such a fun little path that I used to walk in Green Valley. Bianca, hello. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Julianne says, this, I'm going to do this, so resonates with me to the core because I keep hesitating on doing something and I have to do this morning. Will be awesome. That's so funny. Yeah, absolutely. I could see, it's like there's a whole bunch of unseens behind you. Mostly angels. Well, there's some guides in there. And yes, of course, there's some loved ones too, but it's like they're like, I feel like they're all clapping. That's literally what I'm seeing. It's like, yay, yay, go. That's so funny. Oh. So there was another, let's see, tomorrow's 16. Okay. A couple things that are going on tomorrow. Sun is square Uranus. Now this is also Vedic astrology from Joni Patri. But Sun square Uranus, 3 degrees Aquarius, 3 degrees Taurus. Sudden disruptions challenge authority, leadership, and established plans. Collective unrest or unexpected developments can shift direction quickly. Resistance to change increases tension, adaptability reduces it. So it feels like, you know, it's kind of like if you're standing there and it's like, okay, which way do I go? Which way do I go? It kind of feels like that is going to be happening a little bit. So it's like, just pay attention to that. How, you know, find something that's going to help ground you a little bit and help you steer. Which direction do I go? Which direction do I go, baby? The other thing that's going on, and again, this is for tomorrow, Mercury trine Jupiter, 21 degrees Aquarius and 21 degrees Gemini, one of the most constructive days of the month. Clear thinking, inspired ideas, positive dialogue, advances in technology, education, transportation, and communication are highlighted, and announcements or discoveries made now tend to bring long-term benefits. Excellent for learning, travel plans, and visionary discussions. So, yeah, some interesting stuff we got coming up this week. Hi, Miss Marlene. Let me know if you want a card. So I am shuffling for, there we go, Miss Marlene, gotcha. Denise, I'm shuffling for Denise. Shuffling for Denise. Shuffling for Denise. Yes, it's been, I'll tell you, just interesting times. And I think it really, even, you know, what we do, how we are handling things really makes a difference. I got to take this off. Sometimes I just don't, because you guys can still hear me. Okay, Denise. Oh, mystical magic. So this is really interesting. I feel like pay attention to your kitties. Do you have one or two? for some reason, it feels like there's, animals, they pick up on things before, maybe you don't have any, Denise. I don't know, for some reason, it's like, pay attention to the animals. If you don't have cats specifically, Denise, and what's funny is, Marlene, I was thinking about you when I said that. So Marlene, I think you need to also pay attention. Even though you're on the list, I think you need to pay attention to this too. But Denise, pay attention to the animals. And it's, so this cat is observing, but I feel like it's time for you, Denise, to observe the animals. Pay attention to the animals that you see, whether it's animals that you have under your care or whether it's wildlife that's going on. I feel like there's something that you're going to glean, some information that's going to come to you in how you are observing the animals, and like pay attention to what's going on in your mind right before you see an animal. Pay attention to if you have a question going on right before you see an animal. It's things like that. I feel like they're going to be speaking to you this week especially, Miss Denise. So let me know. I have one. Okay, doggy. All right. But Marlene, yes. Marlene, that was interesting because I feel like there's a message in there for you too. But Denise, yeah. So, and dogs, I'll tell you, they are so sensitive. It's kind of nice because my neighbors came back. So we got little Simone and Maddie, Maddie the protector. But when I first saw them, I'm like, oh, Maddie, Simone. And I'm walking up to the fence, and they're both like, yay, Sue, recognize us, see us. Funny. Okay, Julianne, I'm shuffling for Julianne. Card says, me too. Gypsy gives, oh, that's yay. Gypsy gives me lots of love. Yeah, see. She probably sees, so this is something a friend of mine's dog has been doing. And she says that Bella has done this a lot over the years, that she is very sensitive and can sense spirits and things that she can't necessarily see. But she said, yeah, she'll stare at the wall for half an hour and standing, not sitting, staring at the wall. She'll stand there and stare at the wall for half an hour. Bam. Okay, shuffling for Julianne. Shuffling for Whoa. I was almost going to be picking up half the deck on the floor. No, not quite half the deck, but. Ariel, Archangel Ariel must be here, Julianne. Compassion for yourself. Oh my gosh. And look at the purple. Purple, purple, purple. Yeah. This is, you said you got some stuff going on, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go back to that. Pop it up here. Because I keep hesitating on doing something that I have to do. Sing it, it'll be awesome. And have compassion for yourself. Absolutely have compassion for yourself. I feel like there's a guide that is specifically helping you with this. And it feels like the two go together. Whatever this thing is that you got going on, it feels like there's a guide that is helping with that as well. But this is the biggest thing, really, having compassion for yourself, loving yourself. There was something I was listening to, can't remember the whole, I can't remember the whole thing, but the gist of it, oh, I know what it was. So, and I never used to watch this show, but I've seen this guy before. So, there was an actor in Dawson Creek. I can't remember his name, Van Deert or something. He passed away this week. And he did a video just in the last couple weeks. And he was kind of going through, it was like, sounded like a dark night of the soul kind of thing. And saying, why am I here? I, how am I worthy? What am I here for? And his answer was, you're worthy because you are here, and God loves you, and you need to love yourself. I mean, it wasn't quite, he said it much more articulate, but it's true. It's like, oh, yeah. Because if you weren't supposed to be here, you wouldn't be. So compassion for self is really a big thing. And so, Julianne, something is coming up this week. It's just kind of grating is the word. It feels like it's subtle, but it's grating. So let me know. All right, Miss Yvonne, shuffling for Miss Yvonne. When I first got her, I said she was my guardian angel. Oh, I bet she is. I bet she is. And it's so interesting because animals. I remember when I was shuffling for Miss Yvonne. When I was house sitting a couple years ago, the cat's name was Broome. She was intense, and she was timid around me until, I was there for a couple days. But she was on the deck, and I was coming up the hill. So I was able to go up to her, and I was looking her right in the eye. Her eyes were so intense and so unique. And I'm looking, and it's like, I knew that she was from the planet Lyran, which they do say that a lot of cats, maybe the cat energy comes from Lyran. But she had so much wisdom that I felt coming from her. And we were eye to eye and just intense, and it was so cool. So I totally get that. Still shuffling for Yvonne. So Merlin Gypsy is in my lap. My lap cat Pistol is very vocal when spirits are around him. I feel like a parent showing me spirits away. Yeah, that's what I said. Grating. So I'll tell you, going back to the picture, the image that you had, Julianne, it was kind of a perfect picture because it looked really soft. But if you were to run your hand along the softness, you would get all kinds of little prickers. That's what it feels like. That's what the grating kind of feels like to me. It's like it's there, it's subtle, and even it's not what it appears initially. So, all right, Yvonne, shuffling for Yvonne. Yep, chimes are going this morning because the sunshine is coming in. We're going to be warm today, and then it's going to go down into the 60s, man. 60s. I know, for some of you, it's like, oh my gosh, that would be heaven. And here it's like, get out the jackets, get out the sweatshirts. Oh my gosh, Yvonne, what is going on? There. That's about how long it took for the weekly card to come up. All right, Miss Yvonne. Passion. It almost feels like it feels like right now for you, you're going through something where it almost feels like it's more difficult. That's not quite the right word. The passion is a little bit covered up. That's what it feels like. it's like it's there, but it needs to be nurtured somehow. And, you know, it's like, so this might sound like a weird analogy, but this is what I'm seeing. It's like if you are cold and you put on a blanket and you put on a blanket and somebody comes along and puts on another blanket, somebody else comes along and put on another blanket, and it's like, I'm under here. I'm starting to get warm now. But it's almost like there's so many blankets that you can't move. It's kind of like your passion is there, but it feels like it's being covered up. And whether it's by you or whether it's by somebody else around you, it's there, but you need to recognize it and nurture it. Miss Yvonne. So help me on that one. Let me know if that makes sense. Then he says, we could have a whole conversation about animals and their energies here. Yes, we could. Yes, we could. Animals are fabulous. They are, and they are so smart. They can feel the energy way before we do. Julianne. Okay, so shuffling for Bianca. Julianne says, thank you very much, Sue. I appreciate you doing these readings. You are very welcome, Miss Julianne. Ooh, Miss Bianca. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy doing them as well. I like it when people come online and are live with me. It's fun. It is fun, but thank you for acknowledging that, Miss Julianne. Okay, Miss Bianca. Now this one did not want to go back into the deck, okay? Oh, my freedom card. I love this one. Yeah, this is, so I feel like if you are not currently flapping your wings or taking the next step, don't let people push you. Because if somebody's pushing you into something and you take that step, it might be before you're actually ready to do it. And you know, the butterfly, when it comes out of its chrysalis, it starts stretching its wings, and then they sit there for a little bit because they're letting their wings dry. You know, it's like if you want to go up and help them, don't, because it'll stop the process and it'll mess up their wings. So don't let other people tell you when you are ready to do something. Know, K-N-O-W, that you have the freedom to take that step, to take that flight when you feel you are ready. And you know in your heart when you're ready. So don't let people push you when they think you're ready, and you might not feel quite that way. Miss Bianca. All right, shuffling for Miss Marlene. Is anybody else coming on? Miss Yvonne says, thank you, my passion for doing hair. I've been hairstylist for 41 years. Wow, congratulations. Happy anniversary. So I need my passion back. I have felt like it's faded some, and I also have 2 black cats. Hi, Miss Stephanie. Yes, you may. Miss Stephanie, gotcha. That's so funny. So the black cat's definitely the mystical magic card speaking to several of you. Well, so look at it, Miss Yvonne, from the standpoint that maybe there's something a little bit different, you know, that, you know, to add something new into the mix, or, whoa. There you go, Miss Marlene. That one flew out. I caught it with my elbow. Just look at it from that perspective, like there might be something peripheral that it's like, okay, to bring something else in that is still really the same thing, but it has the nuance of being new. It's kind of, well, this is a hair thing, but a long time ago, this was in the 80s, okay, so I was in my 20s. I came home from getting a haircut, and I had a, excuse me, I had a roommate at the time, and I was in tears. I'm like, oh my gosh, what can I do with it? Because I had gotten a lot of it cut off. And I don't even think it was as short as it is now, but it was just like, oh my gosh, what can I do? And so she's helping me work with my hair. Really, the only thing we did was we took the sides and she plastered them back instead of however they were. She plastered them back with hairspray, and it's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I like it. It was literally that little. So, that's so funny. All right. Miss Ivana, yes, Miss Ivana, I got you. And I'm going to say Miss Ivana is the last one, so anybody else that comes on gets lumped in. Okay, so Miss Marlene, here we go. Oh, look at this. See? See? I got to watch out so I don't spill. It's just another picture of what she really looked like. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll tell you. And I know you got kitties. So it's the kitty show today, I guess. The kitty show today. But look at those blue eyes. But it's also really about taking care of yourself. I feel like there's a subtlety to it. And because sometimes, if we are just standing up, when we stand up for ourselves, and so somebody says, hey, Marlene, you want to go to a show? No, not today. Maybe in a couple days, but not today. Oh, are you sure? And it's like, just stand up and, no, not today. That's part of nurturing ourselves. It's like, and who knows, on a much larger level, maybe there is something in the air that it's like, and when I say something in the air, I'm talking about the energetics of it. It's like that, you know what, maybe you're not supposed to go to the movie theater. Maybe you're not supposed to go to the restaurant today. Maybe you're not supposed to blah, 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 fill in the blank. That's all part of nurturing. So there you go, Miss Marlene. And it's pretty funny, another cat. Okay, shuffling for Miss Stephanie, and I got a couple things to read. Oh, well, there's always time. There's always time. Okay, shuffling for Stephanie, and she says, I love your programs, and it gives me something to evaluate, which I greatly appreciate it. You are very welcome, Miss Stephanie. You're very welcome, Miss Yvonne. I know, it's like crazy times, crazy times. The other day, I was walking Leah, our dog, and I kept hearing a cat meowing, constant meowing. It was stuck, in our neighbor's tree. We got it loose finally. I'll tell you, that totally is. That right there, maybe that's the universe telling me thank you. I am getting such chills on that, Denise. Pay attention to stuff like that. It's like the other day I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone, and sometimes when I'm on the phone, I try to not stand still. And a lot of times I'm pacing because I can do a full circle. And she said something about the number 4, and just as I was walking past my Instant Pot, I had yogurt in it, the number 4 is showing on it. It's like confirmation. So yes, pay attention to those things. Maybe that's the universe telling me thank you. You are very welcome. Yes, thank you, Miss Denise, for helping that kitty. Still shuffling for Stephanie. Bianca says, thank you. Freedom is what I said Friday. Made a decision to step down at work, and I'll start Tuesday not supervising people. I let people push me for years. Oh, wow, to stay in that position. So perfect card. Thank you. Oh, you are so welcome. And I love your bee. I just took a picture of some of the blossoms out here, sent it to somebody, and there was a bee in there. There was a bee in the picture. Miss Marlene, you're so funny. I don't think so. I don't think so, Miss Marlene. I just saw, it was a short video. No, that's not it, Steph. Okay, they're a little sticky today, Steph. I just saw a video. I don't know, I think it was a stroller. Somebody was pushing a Maine Coon, but it was a faster push. So I don't know if it was one of those where, you know, the person is jogging behind and pushing. Oh, that's perfect. Everybody pay attention to that too. Yeah. But it was a Maine Coon. He had a harness on, so he couldn't get out. But she's pushing. Whoever is pushing it fast enough that the fur is just blowing, and the cat's like, oh. All right, come on, Steph. Get your ancient. There, see? There it is. Oh, there's two. All right, Steph, there's two cards that came out. Because they came out together. I thought there was only one. Let's see. Look at these. These cards are so totally different, and yet look at how well they go together. So this is what it feels like is we notice the signs in the calmness. You know, if we are rushing around, we don't notice things as much. I mean, seriously, there's even times I'm just rushing around from room to room, and it's like I almost knock something over, and it's like, Sue, slow down just a bit and be more cognizant of the steps you are taking, because you don't want to knock a glass over on the tile. So this is all about being in the present moment and notice the signs that are coming to you. And I know we have a friend who recently passed away, Steph, and I believe that some of those messages may be from her. She may be sending you something. And I know we've talked about the electricity. This one doesn't feel like it's electricity, but it does feel like there's something that you will know that it's coming to you. And it's going to be like, oh my gosh, she always used to say that. Or remembering a conversation that you two had, something, some little nuance or some little word, couple words that she used to say. It's absolutely, but it's coming from the calm. So I know you're pretty good at being in the calm. But that's what it's feeling like. All right, Miss Ivana, last card of today. All right, Miss Jackie Bang, you are combined with Ivana, man. You sneak right under the radar. So Ivana and Jackie together. Ivana and Jackie together. You're so funny. Miss Jackie, I start at 10. So I start at, well, for you, what are you? You're 11. So I started at 11 o'clock. Yeah, a laugh. I know, I can see you laughing. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's pretty funny. So Ivana and Jackie, this card flipped. So, you know, shuffling and the card flips. And it is a card that we've already had. So it's really, really, really pay attention. And if you didn't hear when I was going through the passion card earlier, it was for Yvonne, I believe. Go back and re-listen to that as well, because I feel like there may be some tidbits in there for you. I feel like the color has more to do. So whatever color is ringing for you, whatever color you are noticing first, pay attention to that color for you. What does it feel like for you? Is it related to a chakra? It may be. Is it related to a feeling for you? Is it relating to, there was a woman I was listening to the other day. In a past life, she was a color healer. That's what it sounded like. So, like there's sound healing, there's Reiki healing, there's homeopathy, things like that. Well, this was healing with the colors. So, and I'm getting chills on this. So pay attention to different colors that make you, I don't want to say make you, but when you wear a certain color, you might feel one way versus another. Sometimes even a nuance of a color. It's like, okay, here's this light blue color. For me, like a light blue color, I seriously look like I died. I really like the color, but it's like it looks really bad on me. But maybe if you put it with something else, it's kind of like that. And notice how you feel. Notice the emotions that might come up. Notice the energy that you feel with it, all of that. So all of those things associated with color for you, for Ivana and Jackie. Wow, that's really interesting. That's never happened with this card before, so I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. Steph says, I have a friend that lives in the complex. I live and her black cat follows her outside my window and waits for her to leave. Cute as can be. Oh my gosh, you guys listen to this. This is so funny. Black cats. Steph, I don't think you were on at the very beginning, so you're going to have to go back and listen to the very beginning too. Signs from above card. Kind of go, absolutely it does. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Oh, I think that's it's a light blue heart. You can't see it on the screen, but it's a light blue heart. You guys can see it if you look at it on your feed. You are very welcome, Miss Ivana. It's so nice to see you. It's been a very, very long time. Very, very long time. But yeah, I think for all of us this week, there was a cat theme. More than animals in general, there was a cat theme. So look at how cats play into your life. I mean, and like I don't have a cat. I haven't seen Mittens since the day after Connie died, so that was mid-October. I get to see the dogs, but I saw Billy. So Billy's a big cat. He was trotting along from back here. He lives across the street, and he's, I don't know, 18, 20 years old. Big, all fur, but big cat. So saw him the other day, and I don't see him very often. I mean, if I see him, a lot of times I'll see him over there, but he was trotting home because he heard his mom outside talking. You are very welcome, Miss Ivana. And it definitely has been a long time. Blessings right back at you, Miss Marlene, with all the kitties. Oh, yeah, pay attention to those kitties. All right, you guys. So this week, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm supposed to do a meditation with Ruth on the 20th, but I can't because of another appointment, so I have to work with her. Not sure if it's going to be a replay or we're going to just try to do a pre-record. But otherwise, I will be back on Thursday just to chit-chat, see who's around, and of course, Sunday. All right, thanks for joining in, everybody. And it's always fun when there's a bunch of interaction. No, he's not. Not a Maine Coon. He's just a big cat with a lot of fur. I know somebody that's got 2 cats that are a lot of fur, and you pick them up, and she said it's like, there's no weight. It's all fur. But Maine Coons, I know, it's like, that would be an interesting cat to have, but yeah. Anyway, All right, you guys, see you later. Have a good one. Angel blessings to you.